Alright guys, Crispy Lightning's back, and today instead of an actual figure review, uh, probably, the next one I actually had in mind was Neo Decay, so I could show you all the awesome stuff that he comes with. But I decided, SH Figure Arts Decay has been around for a while, and Neo Decay is basically the same as him, except with more cards the and if you want the ability to actually take off the belt and put it on characters that would come after Decay, like Double and Drive and all that stuff. But I decided to do something cooler. Yeah, this thing is amazing. And yeah, that is the Memorial Edition of the Gokai Cellular from Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger. I'm a fan of Gokaiger, if you cannot tell, and they're coming out with a Memorial Edition for the Saber and the Blaster. Oh man, I am so happy. But this is one of my favorite things ever right now, and I already got it turned on and everything, and on the stand and all that stuff. So let's take this guy off, and then we will see the Ranger keys. Alright, and in this set you get basically 5 Ranger keys, well, 6 if you count the Gold Anchor key, but right now I'm not counting that, because I count that as an Armament key, along with the Gokai Galleon key that is from the Ten Gokaiger, but let's go over who these guys are and all that stuff. So we got Gokai Silver, Dragon Ranger, Time Fire, Abra Killer, and yo-ho-hoy, 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 hoy, Tsukaiza! Yep. And these keys are amazing. I didn't get any of the original Gokaiger keys because I didn't know what Super Sentai was until I actually watched Gokaiger on YouTube, and legitimately seeing these guys being introduced to Ikari Guy, who is kind of like us Ranger fans and all that stuff for that, and it's just amazing to actually finally have some Japanese Ranger keys, because the American Ranger keys, they sucked. I'll be honest. Now, a few of them were actually cool to have, like Titanium Ranger, but if you actually have a Go-Go 5 Ranger key, you could possibly easily customize it into a Titanium Ranger key. Now the Spirit Rangers from Jungle Fury, that's going to be a little bit hard to do, but for all that, it's pretty much simple of awesomeness. And yeah, this is the Ranger key. And I didn't get any chips on mine or all that stuff. I mean, it looks amazing. And just the way that when you put it up to the actual light and the silver that shines really well along with the gold and all that stuff. And looking at the back, and it's actually like metal plastic now. Because I've seen pictures of the original Ranger keys where this was basically just a gray piece, but now it actually has like silver coloring and all that stuff, or actually looks a little bit gunmetal to me, but anyway. And just like the other Memorial Ranger keys, there's the button right here where you can actually simulate one of the greatest things that the show ever did, and that America basically copied from it. The key flip. Now this is amazing. I really love this so much. Especially for like that. And all of the actual other Ranger keys, like right here, they do that. And it's just extremely cool. Now, if I could get Silver to actually stand up. Come on, guy. There we go. And I especially love, Outright Killer, that the gold actually pops. Time Fire looks... Whoop. He basically lasted he lasted, not long, but he lasted for a while. And Time Fire, he looks amazing. And, oh wait a minute, probably I should say the American versions. Actually, nah. Time Fire or Quantum Ranger, whatever you want to call him, he is amazing and all that stuff, and yeah, pretty cool. Sorry, but Tommy, whatever. And, yeah. I am planning on getting, like, the Tsukai gear or the Tsukai extender for the Gokai Cellular, so I can actually have the rest of the 6 Rangers, and I will collect the rest of the original Japanese 6 Ranger keys, so I can at least have a full set for my Gokai Cellular. Oh, well, guy basically didn't last long either. Let's just lay these guys down for right now, so that I can just show off Tsukaiser, because this is the main key I really wanted to show off, like right here. The gold really pops really well, and they actually got his suit translated very well. No cape or anything, same with the ranger key, and the red gloves look good, and just no shoulder pads, which I'm grateful, because I think that would just look ridiculous on the ranger key. Now come on. Yeah. And he has the Zenkaiser logo, which is amazing, and all that stuff. So we looked over the ranger keys, and we didn't look over all the ranger keys. Here we are with the anchor key for Gokai Silver Gold mode, and it has all the previous 6 Rangers on there, except for Gokai Silver, which is okay, and all that stuff. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for this. It is very beautifully painted and all that stuff. I love how the helmets are molded onto the gold anchor key, and yeah, no screws on the back this time, and it looks amazing. Alright, but I think it's time for Gokai Change. But first, before we do the whole transformation and all that stuff, let's look at this guy right here. And yeah, it comes with like the little stand, which is what I've been using, but for right now, let's take it off. To be honest, I should have gone over the cellular first before going over the actual ranger keys and all that stuff, but this is just too good for me to pass up. Okay, now the cellular, it looks amazing. I really like the gold paint on it, and along with the silver. I mean, the red button looks amazing and all that stuff. Back, not much. Yeah, this is the battery compartment here. And I'm not going to show you how to basically open it, because it is the exact same way as it is in the Gokaiger Mobiritz for the Memorial Edition. And yeah, and looking at the faces right now, they're all beautifully sculpted buttons, not like the inferior American part. And then let's see. We have Gokai Silver, Kiba Ranger, Gosei Knight, Vulcan Silver, Dragon Ranger, Mega Silver, King Ranger, Go on Wings, Shuriken Gold. No, not Shuriken Gold. Sorry. Shiken Gold, Shurikenger, Abre Killer, Magi Shine, Gal Silver, Deca Break, and Time Fire. And also, yeah, I mean, this looks amazing, and this is where you put the anchor key into. But, yeah. Now I basically done most... Oh, yeah, and this is basically the display stand. Has a Gokaiger logo. And this part where you can actually just set this on there nice and comfortably. And it will basically, you know, stay there as long as you don't set on any Legos and all that stuff. So, let me guess, you all wanted it, right? So, it's time for a Gokai change. Yep, and when you pull this guy all the way up, it will lock into place. And then right there. And let's see, what ranger key do I want to do? How about let's just start off with nice and simple. Nothing too crazy and all that stuff, so let's start out with Gokai Silver. It locks that into place. And then you just close that. And then, I mean, this looks good right now just as a display piece, but you want to go even further, right? Press this. Actually, let's do this, because then you will be able to see all the magic pretty good. Standby noise. Gokai change. And it's just so cool, especially with like the red kind of lights up. And then I've seen complaints about the original where the grinding noise covered the actual announcer, but now it just, oh, you can actually stand it up. Okay, never mind. I didn't need a display stand then. And then, yeah, it's amazing. So let's put this guy back up. And then you just press this little button there. Now, whoops. And then there's a black little button here where you can see, and then you just, and Ranger key pops out. So, and it doesn't really scan the actual Ranger key. So, yeah, so you actually have to hit the buttons for whoever you want to actually transform into. And let's see. I'm not going to go over all the noises because it just says some of the names of the actual Sentai that you're transforming into, unless it's go on wings, and then it just says go on wings. So let's do Dragon Raider next. Okay. He looks good. Gokai change. Alright, and it looks pretty good as well with that one. And just for the sake of it, so I could just show you that you can just hit anybody and it will say any Sentai you want. Let's do, because it's different. Go under. Gokai change. Yeah. I'm going to put Time Fire in next, and I'm going to show you some of the different modes. Actually, no, let's go with Gokai Silver. Put him back in there. Because then I could just show you some of the different voices and all that stuff. On the side right here, there's two little buttons. This one is background music, and this one is basically voice lines and all that stuff. Or basically just role-playing stuff. Because then you just hear... Yeah. And then you just... And I'm just going to be playing that one for a little bit because I do not want to get copyrighted. And let's hold it for... And that was Ikari Guy speaking, well, his actor speaking through the Gokai Cellular, and yeah. This is one of my favorite songs from Gokaiger. And it's basically Gojujin's theme song, and well, I will just show you why and if you do press like the dialogue button, it does play over the background music, but it's like so atmospheric and giddy, and that you just want to wish that you were on the show and then transform into Ranger teams like Guy did. Yeah, I was basically... I felt a connection with Guy when I watched the Sentai version of Super Mega Force or Gokaiger, because he's such a nerd and I'm such a nerd, and it's just like... Ah! So anyway... Actually, nah, let's do, That one. Oh, come on. And then if you press this button down here, it does more dialogue and all that stuff. But I already messed around with this thing, and this thing in the actual code mode has 49 different codes. It's just, I can't show you all of it, but it's just like from 1 to 46 is basically guide nerding out about the Super Sentais. And basically 3 of them are special ones for Guy's Zord, which is Goju Drill, Goju Rex, and Gojujin, which I will get into in a moment. And yes, I'm getting Time Fire out because of the next one that I'm going to do. And basically, it just does dialogue the guy has done from the show, and some other stuff. Don't really need to get into it, but this is the one that I got excited with. Now, I can't translate Japanese because I'm an American. I am learning Japanese. I just can't speak or understand it yet very well. But this is basically the code mode. Now, it is extremely interesting about the code mode because then it relies all on the keypad. Because then Gosei... I almost said... Yeah, Gosei Knight, now Robo Knight, sorry. Brain fried for a little bit there. Gosei Knight will act as a call button, and then you actually get to have to use the number pad for most of the codes. So, just to show you what I'm talking about, let's do G-Ranger's number. Which the way you do that is press the 0 first, then the 1, then the 6. So Time Fire, Boken Silver, and Shinken Gold, and then you hit Gosei Knight. Yeah, and he talks about Jew Ranger and Dragon Ranger for giving him some of the legendary power of that team. And basically, you could do that for all the Sentais from 1 to 46. And mainly because 46 is very special, especially since the Gokaigers did like the Ten Gokaiger, which was basically their version of the 45th anniversary. They even did like They even did like an awesome... They did a Ten Gokaiger special version of the Super Sentai Hero Getter, which was just amazing. It really was. Because then it makes me happy as a Super Sentai fan, while slightly disappointed what Power Rangers did with Super Sentai around the time that we got Gokaiger and all that stuff. But that's a rant for another day. But it was just awesome. And let me show you, like, it even has Zenkaiger's number and Dawn Brothers' number. So let me just show you. And it's just... Yes, that's just, like, extremely awesome. For just... Zenkaiger has made it to the Gokai Cellular, and so has Dawn Brothers. And I'm going to be doing a few more codes of the Sentai team before going into the mech one. Now, for one other one that is very special to Guy, 0, 2, 7. And he talks about the Aba Rangers and Aba Killer, and then basically how he's excited to actually have like the whole legendary powers of Time Ranger, Zero Ranger, and Aba Ranger, since he got the Gokai Cellular from Aba Killer. So yeah. And just for the sake of it, I'm going to have Time Fire out next to the Gokai Cellular, because why? He's cool. He was cool, Eric's was cool, and like all that stuff. So, I mean, you can probably guess what I'm going to be doing next. So, might as well. And he thanks Time Fire and the Time Rangers for giving him the Goju drill. And now, yes, it is time to basically do some of the mech codes, which is just 3. Nothing too fancy and all that stuff. All you gotta do is press the face of the robot that is associated with the Sentai power that you want to have. So, like Goju drill. 0, 0, 0. Call. And Goju Drill is now on stage. And if you press this, and press it again. Alright, and that was Goju Drill. Now, Goju Rex. Now this. And as guys said, we're going to go with Aba Ranger with their legendary power, which is Gojujin. So just press, then hit call. And now Gojujin has come into play. Now, I'm not going to be playing a Gojujin's thing from Guy, because that one's a little bit longer than this, and the video is now almost 24 minutes long. And for the final piece I'm going to bring back out Gokai Silver, and this time I'm going to be using the Gokai Gold key set. Not key set, a Gokai Gold anchor key. So yeah, let's do this. First things first, put this back into... Now you put that back into default mode. And I put Gokai Silver back into the Gokai Cellular. And from this little thing right here, you put this in, and Gokai... Oh, probably would be better if I did not have this turned around. So, Gokai change! Now, Yep, and now Gokai Silvers and Gold. Oh, wait a minute, this is not default mode. Oh, yeah, I forgot there is another mode where just guys spouting out stuff after he transforms and all that stuff. And now you have Gokai Silver in Gold mode. But yeah. Now it's back in Gold mode. Back in default mode. Yep. Now with this is just an awesome piece to have if you're a Sentai fan, Ranger fan, or just all around a lover of Rangers, Riders, or just whatever you love. You get to have it right here in basically the Gokai Cellular Memorial Edition. Now, if you're not a fan of the Gokaigers, then you can possibly want to pass this up. I understand. I'm not gonna be like one of those fans where you gotta be like, gotta get this, but it is a bang for your buck. But then again, it comes with so much that it's hard not to feel like you're not getting a premium item. And all my Ranger keys look amazing, like no QC issues at all, and yeah, I mean, just amazing. I can't put it in other words on how amazing this looks. Now, I probably will get the Memorial Edition Mobirates sometime later down the lifetime, and possibly just, the Red Ranger key set, the 35 Rangers, and the Heroes After Gokaiger, but I'm definitely getting more 6 Ranger keys for this thing, because just Time Ranger, Outright Killer, Dragon Ranger, Gokai Silver, and Tsukaiser, it's not enough to complete this thing, and now I have a need to collect Ranger keys. Japanese Ranger keys. And actually, now I kind of have a special announcement for you guys, more so now than ever, and it actually has something to do with this. Just basically this thing, because when I was at Comic-Con, I met like a few guys that were also into Super Sentai as deep as I was. Of course, we talked about like some of the recent ones, like Dawn Brothers, and some of the other more recent ones, but it was just, it's something that not a lot of people, I think, have or can't find easily. And which brings me to not actually a sponsor, but something that my friends and I have come up with. And it's actually called Project Tension. Now, Project Tension is a community in the Dallas/Fort Worth area to bring forth individuals who share a passion for Power Rangers/Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, and everything tokusatsu. Which is like, yes, Ultraman, Kamen Rider. It's, you basically get to have a community where you get to talk about this and Kamen Rider almost all in one place. It's still very early. We're still working out the kinks to everything, but it's still something that I think should be brought out, and I really want to do a shout out in this video for. And the goal is basically to expand to a larger community beyond the area, and to basically bring the tokusatsu community in the Dallas-Fort Worth area together to local events such as Comic-Cons and comic shows, and to bring cosplayers new and existing together to celebrate content. And yeah. So, and the guy that basically came up with this idea along with basically the rest of us, he is a brilliant photographer. He's taken photographs of like Ranger helmets, Ranger suits, and it's just amazing. I can't show the stuff here because again, no editing software, so yeah. But I thought I should basically get a shout out to Project Tension, and hopefully if you guys are in the Fort Worth, Dallas/Texas area, then who knows? We might be seeing you at Comic-Cons, at Millen, or something like that. But yeah, this has been a great review and a great shout out to my friends. So this has now been Chrisman Lightning with his Ranger keys, wishing for the lightning to protect you guys. See you around.